The Minnesota Vikings are still active on the market and are in advanced negotiations with two big NFL stars. You will be surprised by today's news. But first, don't forget to like this video, because your like helps us reach more Minnesota Vikings fans. So subscribe now so you don't miss any more news. Now enough of the chatter, and let's get to today's news. Rumors of a trade between Vikings and Kevin O'Connell resurface, and may hide much more than you think. What seemed like just another NFL offseason rumor may actually be closer to reality than many realize. We're talking about a possible surprise move involving Minnesota Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell and the Chicago Bears, who, according to sources, have reportedly considered making a bold proposal to pry him away from the rival franchise. But why would the Bears consider such a drastic move? The answer may lie in a single name: Caleb Williams. The quarterback selected first overall in the 2024 NFL Draft had a revealing meeting with O'Connell during the NFL Scouting Combine. It wasn't just any conversation. Sources close to the team say the meeting was so impressive, so aligned in terms of philosophy and vision for the game, that Williams wanted to play under the Vikings coach, even though he knew the Bears held the first pick in the draft. This revelation adds a new layer of complexity to what was already a busy offseason for Chicago. What we know, and what's still between the lines in January, rumors swirled that several NFL franchises had made inquiries about the possibility of signing Kevin O'Connell, even though he was under contract with the Vikings. At the time, many dismissed these speculations as unfounded. But in light of recent reports about the connection between Williams and the coach, it's impossible not to wonder, could the Bears have been one of those teams? If so, that completely changes the narrative of hiring former Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson as the Bears' new head coach. While Johnson is young, creative, and has done a great job in Detroit, the truth is that he is still an unknown quantity in the head coaching role. Meanwhile, O'Connell has already proven his worth. In just 3 seasons with the Vikings, he has achieved winning campaigns, strong leadership, and respect in the locker room. His work has earned him not only recognition in the league, but also the title of NFL Coach of the Year, something no rookie like Johnson has achieved. Did Caleb Williams have a direct influence on the trade attempt? This is the question that apparently echoes behind the scenes in the NFL. It wouldn't be unreasonable to imagine that the new face of the Bears franchise has expressed his desire to hire O'Connell, especially after a meeting that was reportedly love at first sight on a sports level. Williams is seen as a generational talent, and the Bears know it. They have plenty of reasons to surround him with the best possible players, including in the technical management. And even though the negotiation never progressed to a formal stage, the mere intention of probing Kevin O'Connell already shows how far the Chicago Bears could have gone to please their new quarterback. But Vikings acted quickly, and with authority aware of O'Connell's value, and possibly aware of movement behind the scenes, the Minnesota Vikings wasted no time. The team offered the coach a hefty long-term contract extension, ending any speculation about a possible exit. The message was clear: Kevin O'Connell is the present and future of the franchise. And with that, Chicago had to turn the page, perhaps reluctantly, and put its chips on Ben Johnson, who now has the mission of leading one of the Bears' biggest bets in recent years: Caleb Williams. And the question that remains in the air: if Kevin O'Connell had been released, if the Bears had been able to pull off this unlikely trade, if Caleb Williams had the coach he really wanted today, are we talking about a completely different Chicago Bears? We may never know the full answer, but the signs are there. And as always in the NFL, where there's smoke, there's fire. Minnesota Vikings survey. Darius Slayton. A possible offensive reinforcement to shake up the air raid in 2025. The Minnesota Vikings Board of Directors remains active behind the scenes in the NFL in search of specific and strategic reinforcements for the 2025 season, and, according to sources linked to the league And confirmed by ESPN's Adam Schefter, a new target has appeared on the team's radar: wide receiver Darius Slayton, currently with the New York Giants. With the draft over and the free agent market more stable, the Vikings now turn their attention to trade deals that could elevate the roster. And Slayton is one piece that promises to make an immediate impact. Darius Slayton, 28, has been one of the most underrated names at the position since entering the NFL in 2019. Chosen in the 5th round by the New York Giants, he quickly became one of the New York team's top targets, standing out for his speed on vertical routes and ability to gain yards after the reception. In his first 4 years in the league, he accumulated over 2,500 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns, while maintaining a solid yards per reception average above 15. His consistency and durability have made him a reliable reference even in difficult times for the Giants' offense. After a solid 2024 season, with 58 receptions, 781 yards, and 5 touchdowns, Slayton has drawn interest from several franchises in need of a receiver with the ability to stretch the field. The Vikings are one of them. Minnesota's interest in acquiring Slayton is not only due to his individual skills, but also the current context of the roster. With KJ Osborne out and the need for more support for the franchise's young quarterback, the passing attack needs options beyond superstar Justin Jefferson and promising Jordan Addison. Slayton's arrival would bring a reliable third weapon with experience reading defenses, as well as opening up the field for shorter routes from tight ends and runners coming out of the backfield. Sources close to the Vikings front office indicate that talks with the Giants are still in the early stages, but involve a potential trade that would include a 3rd or 4th round pick in the 2026 draft. There is also the possibility of conditional performance-based compensation if Slayton hits production targets in Minnesota. On the financial side, the player's current contract is reasonably affordable. 3 years worth $36 million with $22 million guaranteed. For 2025, the salary cap hit would be $6.97 million, an amount the Vikings believe they can absorb without major adjustments. The New York team, while not willing to part with Slayton without fair compensation, faces salary cap difficulties and could consider the move as a way to free up space and invest in positions with greater need. Additionally, the Giants selected 2 receivers in the 2025 draft, which could signal a renewal in the receiver group and open up room for negotiations. Vikings fans, always attentive to the team's behind-the-scenes activities, have already started to comment on the possibility on social media. Many see Slayton as the ideal complement to Jefferson and Addison, highlighting his ability to challenge deep defenses and his history of performing well even in shaky offenses. In discussion forums and fan groups on X, formerly Twitter, terms such as Slayton Skol and Trinka Mortal Vikings have already started to circulate, evidencing the enthusiasm for the possible arrival. Experts like NFL Network's Peter Schrager and ESPN's Matt Miller also weighed in positively on the trade, noting that Slayton is an immediate impact player at a mid-tier price point, a rarity in an increasingly inflated receiver market. Slayton would be a perfect fit in the Vikings' offense, especially with a quarterback who needs disciplined route-running receivers who can create separation quickly, Miller said on the NFL Draft Confidential podcast. Vikings offensive coordinator Wes Phillips is also known for making good use of this receiver profile in his schemes. Slayton's arrival would allow for more versatile formations with 3 receivers and would give Jefferson more freedom to operate on inside routes. The impact could be immediate on the team's offensive production, especially in third down and red zone situations. For now, the negotiation still has no set date to be concluded, but new developments are expected to occur in the coming days as the teams evaluate their rosters for the start of training camp. If completed, this move could be the turning point for an offense that already promises a lot for the 2025 season, and that, with Slayton, could reach a new level. And you, Vikings fan, what do you think of this possible arrival? Could Darius Slayton be the missing link to transform our offense into a true scoring machine? Comment, share with other fans, and of course, subscribe now to the Vikings Brazil channel so you don't miss any updates. Here you can stay up to date with every step of the NFC North's most vibrant franchise, with exclusive analysis, behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, and much more. The season promises to be exciting, and together we will follow each chapter of this journey. Skål!